YouTube,
8
like,
people.
what is going on with the Notebook Entertainment now? They're posting on and tagging on other YouTube.
By the way, I have a beef too. How come I didn't see any live wrestling videos in Vegas?
That's a good question.
How come there wasn't any finisher all day, just randomly in the streets of Vegas?
Well, we talked about it. We definitely talked about it.
We did. Thought about it because so many things.
All right, guys, we are live right here on the Toad Hall Morning Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have an incredible show today. I hinted at it all this week. We are talking all about YouTube Mania 4, everything to do with it, who's emceeing the matches. We got the wrestling show on here. We got Dynamite, the musical guest on here. We got FML videos talking about emceeing the show. And then at the end of it, we're doing our own little show at the end.
Good morning.
So good morning, everyone. I know you guys are waking up with us from the East Coast to the West Coast, all the way over to Europe, all the way back. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to get right into it, guys. We're going to have Dynamite, which is a local artist here in Rockford, kind of blowing up and doing a lot of local stuff. He's also going to be involved with YouTube Mania. Here is our friend Dynamite coming on the show. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you for having
Good morning.
me. Do I sit right here?
Yeah, that's good. You're good.
Is he in camera view? You gotta make sure.
Yeah.
Which camera?
This is a camera.
Oh, okay. That's up there. All right, everybody can hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, you're good.
All
You're
right.
good, man. So Dynamite. Let's start from the beginning.
How come I'm late?
Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago. So before we move on, just let me say it's IDynvmite with an I.
IDynvmite.
So that's IDynvmite. That's very important because if you guys put an A, you definitely won't be able to pull me up. So it's IDynvmite as the artist, yes.
I was calling you Dynamite for short.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but I'm no, that's my name, to be honest. That's how it started.
IDynvmite,
But
that's
when
how
I
you
started
find it.
doing solo music, I put the I in front of that.
And he's on Spotify. He's on Apple Music.
Everywhere.
He's everywhere. You can
IDynvmite everything.
you Google IDynvmite and it's DYNVMIT. Just
M-I-T-E.
MITE.
Yeah.
Just so you guys can find him.
And it's Chicago. I'm from the west side of Chicago.
What neighborhood?
60644. Madison, Cicero, Lake and Laramie.
Okay. So you're okay. And then what brought you back to Rockford? How'd you get out here?
Oh, wow. We came to Rockford. It's going to be our 10-year anniversary out here.
Okay.
And we were in Carpentersville for like 5 years before we came to Rockford. And to be honest, music led me here.
That's cool.
I'm also CEO of my own independent label, DPMG United. Everybody in Rockford, well, mostly everybody in Rockford know of it, which is how I actually met Matt Jones 27. I recruited him, scouted him, saw him on the internet. At this time he had long hair.
Oh, I remember the long hair days.
Playing the guitar. So that's how we met him. And that was even like way back in 2013, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, but actually what led me here is I had a little group that I was mentoring in Carpentersville, and they actually moved out here first and told me about it, and I was ready to relocate from where I was at, and we're out here. So I actually live in Loves Park, not Rockford.
Well, that's
so
cool. It's close
It's
enough.
different, but you know.
No,
same.
it's
It's all
not
right.
close enough.
And
It's
that's loves
different.
Parkian as well. So we get that. So, okay, now you're in Rockford. You got a label.
What was that label name again, real quick?
DPMG United, Dynamite Productions Music Group.
Okay. So you're in Loves Park, Rockford area. You're starting to do shows. You're starting to find talent. Tell me about that next step. Tell me about what happened.
Now again, when I first came out here, I wasn't an artist for myself. I was
Correct.
just a label and a promoter, and I was real big on doing this. I had my own blog talk radio. It's still out there.
Okay.
So I was hosting and DJing. And my radio show was different because I had a lot of freestyle battle rappers from Atlanta and New York. So on my show, it was basically about artists coming on and battle rapping. And I mean, it was huge. I would have 100 callers on my line. Ooh. Every holiday, we would do a big championship, and it just got big. And it was through that where I started meeting producers and rappers and people that can teach me how to engineer and do music. And
yeah,
from promoting artists, I eventually built my own studio for my daughter and her group, Low Key Angels, who were real big out here in 2017.
Okay.
And at that time, they were seniors in high school. Long story short, they ended up going their separate ways. So I'm sitting at home with this studio. You know what I mean? Hey, let me go in here and see what I can do. You know what I mean? So at the time, it was a song called Gemini that I did in Carpentersville. So I got out here and I just went in the studio and did Gemini just to see if I can still do this.
Yes.
And the rest is history. from there,
Wow.
my little friend Tim, he told me at the time at the Low Key Angels, and I was figuring out what I was gonna do next. I was trying to mentor this other little guy, and he was like, "Bro, you need to do this. You sound like Future or somebody." I already knew this. I just needed somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I just needed to be bit a little bit. So it just went from there. I did a song, Homicide, and then I did the Donald Trump song, and that blew up and just took me everywhere. It was Bernie Sanders against Donald Trump. Dumbo, Trumpo, come to Chicago. That is a no-no. And then the hook went, Bernie Sanders, praying he's the answer, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, I'm plugged with some politicians out here.
Of course.
And they just loved it, and everything was history.
Wow.
From that point, we'll get to how I got to the wrestling show. Like, that came down the line.
Of course, that would have been 4 years ago.
Right.
So where are we at now? Well, you went through the pandemic. How'd you do the pandemic? And did it change you? Is that why you're pushing your own? I mean, how did you survive the pandemic? And then how, you're coming out of it. Obviously, it's hard to get shows going. It's hard to find venues right now. We're hearing this from all over the place.
To be honest, I hate to say this because people lost their lives.
Yeah.
But the pandemic, that was great for me, to be honest, because I was already in the house anyway, recording. So being quarantined, I was already used to being in the crib. But during that time last year, I did an album, Honeymoon Vows, and I started doing quarantine songs. COVID-19 has made my girl mean. And I did a song called, it's a hilarious song, and I did a song called Lockdown. You know what I mean? So I actually did the music, and then I got financially set during COVID-19. I bought a house. I'm in a house right now, a truck and all of this stuff. So I've been doing good since COVID-19. I just hate people who had to die and steady dying from it. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's what launched this channel.
Yeah.
So I feel you a little bit there on the COVID, helping out on some, some aspect.
Right.
All right, so you got lots of new music out. You got a crib full of tunes. You got a whole stuff, and now you're starting to tour, right? I mean, you're getting shows, you're getting out.
So what I did, starting, my latest album came out July 2nd, and it's called Illuminati, which is another nickname for me. And on that same day, I had a listening party show at Kokomo's on Alpine.
Okay.
And that was just, man, that's another story within itself. But long story short, let me tell you about it, though, because
Please do.
I
We
walked
want to
into
hear
this
the story.
bar, getting ready to do this show. And when I walked into this place, it was a lot of white ladies, and they were sitting down at the bar watching the Cubs game. Now,
I know
like, literally,
Kokomo's.
like watching the Cubs game. So we going there. I'm ready to. I'm like, I don't want to have to cut this game off and make them turn to me. They don't know me or nothing like. They gonna be like, put my game back on, But long story short, when we was finna leave, I was like, look, I ain't finna do this show.
Yeah.
But this is what I wanted. I wanted some small, up close, intimate shows.
Yeah.
I wanted to get up close to people. So long story short, the owner started talking to me and pumping me up. They didn't know I was on my way out the door. I was finna go. But then I just hit my breath, and I was like, I just started talking, and I was like, I want to get a few minutes of your time, and I'm nervous a little bit, only because they watching the game, and I'm introducing them myself, and I'm saying, I'm just going to sing whatever. So my music came on, the beat, and I guess they wasn't expecting a real song and a real artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when my beat came on, this particular song was called Medicare, Medicare, that I wrote for Medicare for All, or whatever. So the beat came on, I started singing, Medicare, Medicare, and the ladies started getting into it. I said, okay. So as I got warmed up, it was over from there. I had them taking their shoes off and everything. Real talk, like older ladies. And it was just, so it was amazing that even though it was a small group, I was able to be up and close, and they learned my name.
And you grew them, and you turned them. They came from watching a TV screen to watching a real artist.
Exactly. I had them waving their hands the whole night. I mean, so.
And each time that you introduce yourself to a group, even a small group, there's going to be that word of mouth.
Right.
And then they'll see you performing somewhere, and they'll tell a friend or two, and that's just going to grow and grow and grow.
Yep.
For local, for people who haven't heard of you or whatever.
Exactly.
If you're out there looking to hear some of this music, plug it again. Where can we hear this? I'm going to put the links in the bio for those of you who aren't watching live. It will be in the description. I'll have links for all this stuff.
Well, I'm everywhere, but I just like to say the main three because I don't want y'all,
Don't confuse them.
Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube. Those are the quickest. YouTube is free, but if some people like Pandora and iHeart, I'm over there too. I'm everywhere.
Okay. I'm a Spotify guy, but I mean YouTube's nice because you get the newest stuff fastest. No red tape for you. It just goes up, and you just start getting the word out. Well, anything we can look forward to. I mean, I know you got a few shows coming up. I know you're the artist. You're the performance at YouTube Mania 4, which is the big show coming up here.
So let's talk about that while we're on it before I say what else coming up.
Okay.
So me and Matt, like, really close throughout the years. Whatever we got coming up, you know, like, I tell him if we got some shows, he'll tell me anything I could get him in. And so Matt and them started doing this. They started doing the wrestling show at their crib first. It wasn't on YouTube in the beginning. It was at the crib or whatever. And I would come over and actually play a role as the lawyer, me and my daughter. So we was actually involved. He tried to get me to wrestle a few times. Tell him, look, man, I'm an artist. I can't be out here getting hurt. You know what I mean? Because, so anyway, but just as the time went on, I became a fan of the show. Like, literally, if you guys go back and watch some of the old shows and see the comments, I'm like on every comment in the beginning. Because, how did I forget this? My freaking name came from wrestling. That's how I got the name Dynamite, first of all. So I'm a big wrestling fan. So long story with that, just watching WWE back in 2008, 2009, the video game of wrestling was real big.
Yes.
And you could create these characters
Yes.
and dress them up just like you. And they got a long list of names on there, right? And I was just going through the names, and I saw Dynamite. History.
N64? N64?
What? No,
96, 98?
This was, what was it, PlayStation back then?
Was it PlayStation?
PlayStation 1? PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
So then I had to mention that. So this is all, like, it's not a coincidence, you know what I mean? So I was a fan. So anyway, so I'm watching this show, man. I'm like, man, this show is big. This needs to be syndicated.
Yeah.
So the show just started blowing up, and I was like, you know what, man? I'm going to get y'all a theme song for this show or whatever. So long story short, my friend from New York, Banks Biz, he had some music that he sent me, and he gave this stuff to me. This yours. You can do whatever you want with it. So this one particular song, he really, like, framed the hook, and he had this other song. I don't know what it was, but it was just dun 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 dun, and I didn't want to feel on this song, right? So I just said, yo yo yo, it's the wrestling show, and this beat was so hard, this rock beat with this good, and I was like, this is so mad, yo yo yo, and I didn't want to mess it up, so I didn't do too much. It's the wrestling show, yo yo yo, the wrestling show with Matt and K Jones, and we had some trouble getting it on the show, but when he got it on there and it came on, I said, woo! So to be honest, and we've been trying to get the video done. We haven't been able to do that yet. But then when he told me about this, and I had just kind of like been bagging out, a lot of stuff been going on. I've been bagging out some things I was supposed to do with him, and I said, no matter what, I'm gonna do this interview, and I'm coming to do that show, you know, that day or whatever. So I promised him, and this is how we hear everybody. So it had to be a story of how everything happened.
Everything comes together.
Right. Yep.
So yeah. So obviously, musical guest for the YouTube Mania 4. It's going to be huge. I mean, if we put all of our YouTube followers together, it's like 30-some thousand followers. It's going to be a live in-person show. There's a real ring. We're selling tickets. We're doing a ticket giveaway here for the wrestling show for anybody who's local. For the YouTube Mania 4, that's coming up. We'll get to that later. What do you got coming up, Diane?
So you know, that's the 12th, the YouTube Mania.
Yeah, it's a Sunday.
As of right now, to be honest, I'm hoping and planning that I'm ending my small little tours at this. We're supposed to be doing a Oktoberfest again in Marengo on September 24th.
Okay.
So that may be my last show, because during the fall I'm getting ready to go back in the studio to record, and I'm gonna take a break unless I'm on demand, unless somebody invite me to a show. So I'm not going out looking to do anything right now. I'm gonna take a break, but if I'm requested, I'm gonna be there. Cool. So the 24th as of right now, and at the top of my head, I can't think of nothing else right now. So we'll just keep up with that, and then if something come up, I got your Instagram now. I let you know about it.
Always. Dynamite, thanks so much for coming on the show.
No problem.
I'm going to be seeing you a lot here on the 12th.
Yep.
Live show. It's going to be wrestling. There's going to be music. There's going to be jokes probably. There's going to be we got Matt and Kate Jones coming up. They're going to talk about that in a second. Dynamite. Keep grinding, man.
And
Keep those beats
before
going.
I go, just let me say this other than going to see about me everywhere, IDynvmite everything. Todd Hall Record Store for all of these artists out here in the Rockford area. I'm in here right now, and like me, I have never seen this place. It's a great place for artists. I think you should stop by, buy some of the posters and stuff in here. Meet Nick. It's a great outlet for us artists. And I know y'all been seeing me on the wrestling show, but y'all haven't been seeing it like it is now. And from day one, like I've been saying, this is a really good show. It's fun.
Yeah.
You know, you got the drama in there. And the most important thing is the acting and the scripts. So, of course, y'all gonna hear my song on there, but the show is actually good. So make sure you go and watch the wrestling show. Watch all the old shows. Take a whole month and watch all the old shows, so when YouTube Mania come, y'all familiar with everybody. So with that being said, Dynamite from the Shy, now out here in the birds, man. We tuning out to our hall, and I'm out of here.
Oh, woo!
Thank you.
Thank you. Holy cow. Thanks so much, Dynamite.
And y'all get ready for the stars over here.
All right, let's bring Matt and Kate out. Let's bring those guys out. Let's talk about what the big show is coming up, guys. I know we're throwing a lot at you out there in the YouTube world. People all over the world probably like, what's going on? This isn't the, this is a little different. You guys know Matt and Kate though. They've already been on. And
What's up, wrestling fans?
But they brought the new internet champion.
Yeah, man. Aiden Jones, 9809, fresh off the
In the
block.
flesh.
Yes.
In the flesh. All right, so we got the whole family here. Let's talk. Well, you guys were just on not too long ago, right? So we already kind of went through the background. Should we just go right into YouTube Mania 4?
How about we talk about the new piece of jewelry that
Yeah.
the Jedi happens to be
The
donning
new
here?
Galactic Champion.
By the way,
Ooh,
the last time you
yeah.
seen me, I was not the runner of the show.
No, he was not.
I was just a duo champ with my beautiful wife, Kate Jones. But since then, I knew there was going to be a live show in Rockford, and I was not about to let Ralphie, our former Galactic
Just couldn't let it
champion,
happen. Just couldn't.
show up with this title in my hometown.
No.
So I did everything that I could to get underneath his skin. And Ralphie gave me a Galactic Championship match, and I whooped his candy ass.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
So now I'll be in charge. I'll be in charge of YouTube Mania 4. You're welcome. And Aiden Jones,
Yes.
he's going to be fighting against Patrick McMichaels,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
defending his internet championship. How you feel about that, Donnie boy?
I'm gonna whoop his butt, man. He has nothing on me.
Oh.
Never.
We got some matches up?
Oh, yeah.
We're talking matches. We're
We got
talking
the
matches
match
for
list.
YouTube
So
Mania 4.
let's get right into the match list, okay? So as I just mentioned, my son, the Prodigy, Aiden Jones, why don't you stand up, bro, and give him a flex?
Yeah, we need to see
Let's
this.
see the biceps. Show him the guys. Look at that.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice, nice. The Prodigy, the internet champion, Aiden Jones, is going to be defending against the Irishman, Patrick McMichaels. And earlier in the hardcore season, McMichaels was the referee for our backyard playground match, and he screwed over Aiden Jones in that finish.
Yep.
So we decided that he's going to have to get revenge and take Patrick McMichaels out
Yeah.
at YouTube Mania 4.
I like that.
It's going to be a good match. Also on YouTube Mania, we have the beautiful Kate Jones, the Empire.
That's right.
And she's going to be tagging up with me and defending these duo titles
Okay.
against two goons from Wisconsin.
Oh,
They're
man.
Packers
Wisconsin.
fans? No, we don't do
I can't wait.
So we're gonna have to whoop them up real quick and defend these duo titles. They don't stand a chance.
No.
They don't stand a chance. I'm not too worried about it.
This is going to be the first time ever on any internet show there's a mixed gender tag team match
Yeah.
for the duo titles going against two random ass dudes. This has never happened before in life, and you're going to see, yes.
Those
Yeah,
dudes from
I
Wisconsin
fight
can
guys
throw
every
down,
day.
though.
Every day I fight guys. And
Oh,
these
yeah.
two guys are gonna be no different.
No different at all. They're going down like every other team has gone down this season on the hardcore season of the wrestling show. Our next match, this is actually something we've never done before. It's going to be a Beverly Hills $40,000 challenge.
What?
We got this guy who calls himself a superstar, Xavier Michaels. He's from Hollywood,
He's
California.
got like longer hair than me.
Okay.
Probably spends like 2 hours in the bathroom.
He
trying
wears
to make
more
it look
makeup
good.
than her too. He's got tighter spandex than I do. This guy is a joke, but he's got 40 grand, so I decided
Let him
okay.
come on the show.
He's going to show up and put this $40,000 on the line to anybody at all, who wants to come challenge him, get in the ring, and thinks they can beat the superstar for $40,000.
It could be me.
It could be.
And if he did, I'd take that $40,000 and I'd just go blow it at the mall and buy whatever I want.
There you go.
All right, that's a lot of money. I might have to show. Me and Annette might try to take him down for 40G.
I saw you arm wrestling before. I don't think that's
Yeah,
gonna
maybe
happen.
not. Maybe not. I'll stick to records.
Okay, we've also got, like I said, I'm going to be the Galactic Champion.
You're putting the title on the line?
I'm putting the title on the line.
Ooh.
Now, there's this guy named Nate the Effin' Great.
Oh my god.
He's got a podcast on YouTube also, Game Changer Network. He does a good show on there. He should stick to podcasting
Yeah.
because he's weaseled his way on the wrestling show. And somehow he was able to get a contract signed that guaranteed him a Galactic Championship
Match.
at YouTube Mania.
Oh.
So, as to please all the wrestling fans who make sure we all follow the rules and the guidelines,
He really doesn't stand a chance against Matt Jones, 25.87, but out of pity.
Contractual
I feel like
obligations
we had to
and
give him a match. He's a nice
Exactly.
guy.
exactly. So I'll be defending this beautiful Galactic Championship on the 12th against Nate the Effin' Great.
holy cannoli.
He's going down, bro. And there's going to be one more match that I'm going to reveal today
Whoa, exclusive.
that nobody's heard about yet.
Ooh, yeah.
And since I'm running the show, I'm making the matches, and I've been reading all the comments. All the wrestling fans out there really, really like a particular character on the wrestling show this season. And she just happens to be played by Kate Jones. And I'm talking about Casey, the
Casey.
crazy yoga
She's a
instructor.
little crazy.
She's
She's a little crazy, but when
She's
she
a
comes
social.
out, she's an animal.
And she has the hardcore championship now. Casey's not here, I don't believe.
No.
Right,
Not
we got
currently.
Casey.
Not
We don't
currently.
invite her into the
I'm
store
holding
too
her
often.
inside really tight at all times. Only let her loose here and there.
We're only going to let her loose in public once. And that's going to be on the 12th. We got no idea what kind of costume she's going to be wearing.
Ooh,
We don't know what
that's
kind of
fun.
weapons she's going to bring out to this match.
Oh my gosh.
But Casey's going to be defending her hardcore championship against the evil Monsignor Gregory. That local pastor. You all know him. He lives down the street. He's been knocking on your door, and he's been knocking on Casey's door the whole season, trying to get that hardcore title. So wrestling fans, you're in for a treat when Casey defends her hardcore championship in the main event against Monsignor Gregory.
We're talking YouTube Mania 4. September 12th. It's going to be broadcast for free here, right here on YouTube.
Yep.
If you're in the area, I will be co-emceeing, hosting the show with our next guest. But be sure to like the wrestling show over on YouTube. That way you don't miss the event. You gotta.
Miss it.
No,
You don't
can't
want to miss
it.
So
It's the biggest event of the lifetime.
biggest. It really is their biggest event they've ever had. It's going to be in person. They're serving beer locally. We're going to get them on the news. We're going to have multiple co-hosts.
We'll be
It's going to
signing
be huge.
autographs after the show too.
It's
All
gonna-
the wrestlers that are going to be there are going to be doing meet and greets after the show,
Oh, that's
so you
cool.
can meet your favorite wrestler, get autographs signed, stuff like that.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
And for those of you that aren't local, be sure to follow the wrestling show. That link is in the bio if you're not watching live. I'll put it down there. Skip on over to their channel, hit that subscribe like so you don't miss this. I will be there. Annette, will you be there? You're going to be
I
serving
don't
beer?
know.
You're going to be drinking beer in the audience, maybe?
Maybe I could serve beer.
You could maybe. I mean,
Whoa.
at this point, you can kind of, you can
Take your
kind of
pick? Can I
take your
take my
pick a
pick?
little bit.
Oh.
You might even get in the ring for the 40,000.
No.
No, probably not.
No,
Probably
I don't
not.
need
But
broken
I would
bones.
love to watch that. So, all right, guys. Is there anything? What's new other than YouTube Mania? I mean, that's only 2 weeks away.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
YouTube
coming out.
Mania.
That's really.
It's huge. Yeah,
That's
this
really
is-
what we're talking about.
It is. This is the biggest culmination of a wrestling show season ever. We did 10 episodes this season, so we got one more episode coming out.
When's that come out?
I haven't given a date yet, so I'm not quite sure. It's probably going to be next Saturday. So not
Fair
this
enough.
coming Saturday, but the Saturday in between.
Okay.
We'll have episode 10 where I'll do a whole rundown of all the episodes, all the matches that are coming, all the previous episodes for the season to get everybody really ready for YouTube Mania 4.
Get us all
I'm
pumped
ready.
up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
He first brought this to me months ago, so
Yeah.
this is not a fly-by-night production, guys. You guys got a new ring.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a 10-episode season leading up to it. They're doing public outreach. They're giving away tickets. This is going to be an amazing event, so please do tune in, subscribe, watch, like,
Yes, please.
and go watch some stuff now. I mean, you're
Oh, yeah.
watching YouTube. Just
You got a whole backlog.
Yes, we
You
got
a whole
like
backlog.
2 months worth of watching.
Give us your YouTube channel again.
The Wrestling Show.
The Wrestling
Just
Show.
type in The Wrestling
Yep.
Show on YouTube.
Yep.
YouTube.com/YouTube Wrestling Show. And the number one, for all of those who are computer savvy and all those who want to know, we've had actually 3 previous wrestling shows before this on YouTube
Yeah.
that YouTube decided that wasn't good enough to their standards, so they deleted. So this is our wrestling show that's actually made it. 4 seasons now on this YouTube
Wow.
wrestling show. Yeah, four years in a row.
I think you made it over the hump.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think they're gonna keep you now.
I think so too.
We've
Not
got
gonna
a lot
delete
to
this.
get here. but-
Not going to delete this one.
Oh, no.
Oh no! This is going to be in your memories. For those of you that are going to be there live, you're never going to forget. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime event where the Jedi, Matt Jones 2587, is going to lay an ass whooping on Nate the effing Great like nobody's ever seen before in this town or anywhere else in the galaxy.
Woo!
Ready, guys?
Yep.
The Force be with us all.
All right, there we go. Joe, Matt, and Kate talking wrestling show. We got one more guest. We're going to bring him up right now. This guy is a local legend, and he's also going to be hosting the WrestleMania show 4 with me. It's me.
Where am I sitting?
Sit right there, man. Take a
Right here.
squat.
All right.
Wyatt.
What's up, guys?
Wyatt has been around the local area forever, and he hosts an incredible YouTube channel called FML. Let's talk about FML, then we'll get into YouTube Mania. Let's just do it all. So, I mean, FML, just go. Give me the rundown.
FML has been around for 10 years now, actually 11. We started in 2010.
Okay.
It's a short variety comedy series, basically about everything everyday life that makes you say F me, you know, the
Yep. everyday
irritations and stuff that happen. The show's evolved over the years. They started out about 30 seconds. Now they're like 3 to 5 minutes.
Yep.
So we have over 635 episodes
Wow.
that you can watch. Our platforms, you can watch some episodes for free on YouTube. We have episodes for a subscription fee, which are a little more adult oriented, on a website called thevibe.com. We just signed a contract with them to make more and more exclusive episodes.
Okay.
They're like an up and coming video release platform, so we're getting it on the ground up,
Nice.
which is really nice for us with them. And then we also have our Patreon, which is where fans can support us and fans can see behind the scenes videos and everything. You can find us all platforms under Notebook Movies. One word.
Notebook movies.
Notebook
Okay.
movies.
Notebook
Yeah.
movies.
Notebook movies. So 10 years he's
Yeah.
been making. And have you seen any? I've watched.
No.
Our coworkers, you have been in these videos. He shot in the store before. We've, because I went to the large community college here, and a lot of talent was fed off of that. Always pulling actors and locations, and we do 600 and some episodes. You're gonna need some different actors and some different locations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They are really funny. They're, like I said, they used to be really short. Now they tell a little bit longer story. I saw
Yeah.
the Matt and Kate Jones one just came out.
Yep.
A couple weeks
A
ago.
couple weeks ago, we filmed one at the Boone County Fair that we just posted. That was a lot of fun. That's what we call guerrilla filmmaking. You just take the camera and you just film in public places sometimes. And as long as audio isn't important, narration tells the story. It was really cool. We went on the Ferris wheel like 3 different times to get it filmed.
Oh, cool.
So I would go on with them, and I would film one side, then I'd go up with them
Film
with
the other
Kate, and I'd film the other side. And we got a whole episode done, and it turned out really good and funny, and it's the 3rd time we've done that.
Wow.
So yeah, if you watch our show and you're from the local community, you'll recognize a lot of the spots that we film in, and you're going to be seeing more here. I'm looking around just getting all kinds of ideas that we could do.
Well,
so.
obviously, anytime you want to use our location, you're well and welcome. I'll share it on the morning show or on our
Sweet.
YouTube and
We'll
whatnot.
be here for
How
sure.
big is your YouTube following? How many subscribers? do you have?
We're over 200. We're close to 217,000.
Wow.
But we're 216,000.
217,000 people who have already subscribed to this man's channel because it is that good. I'm like this little puny guy, so please go over and check out Notebook Media,
Notebook
FML.
Movies.
Yeah,
Notebook Movies.
Notebook
Notebook
Movies.
Movies. I always just type in FML because you'll find it.
You'll find it either way. That's
I always
yeah.
find an FML, and then it's like the #1 thing every time.
Yeah,
It's pretty much. So you can't
So-
mess that up. Patreon. I haven't checked the Patreon thing out yet. And what was this new platform?
Vibe.com. It's a
Is it the Vibe or just Vibe.com?
No, a Vibe. So it's AVYBE.
Okay.
And it's for only $5.99 a month, and we do have a coupon code on our YouTube channel that gets you 30 days free.
Okay.
But they reached out to us, and they were like, we know we're reaching out to YouTubers who had issues on YouTube. Hold your breath, guys. We've had issues on YouTube.
I can't believe it.
So sometimes my sense of humor gets a little more
adult than they like.
PG-13 than they would like, and because apparently YouTube's for kids now. Back when I started, it was for
everybody.
It was for adults.
Anything.
It was an adult platform. Now it's for kids. So, so they signed us to a contract to do exclusive. We have a series called FML After Dark on there, and then just recently YouTube decided that a lot of our old adult-oriented content they didn't want on their platform anymore, so it has to go somewhere. So we're remastering those episodes, and we're marketing them as too hot for YouTube. So
because they literally are.
They literally are.
Kicked them off.
There are episodes that they don't want on their platform anymore. Even though they're old and all age restricted and everything. So we're taking them off, and we just started posting them on a Vibe and our Patreon. So Vibe's getting most of them, and there are episodes that some of the diehard fans may have seen, but there are also episodes that are older that a lot of the new fans may not have seen.
Okay.
So by going to a Vibe and subscribing there, you are supporting us, supporting the channel, as well as you'll get to see a bunch of new content. Like Matt and Kate have done a couple After Dark episodes. We've got a lot of the FML stars in there. We got a couple we just produced that are coming up next month. We're going to be uploading to a Vibe a minimum of 4 times a month.
Okay.
So
is that platform just strictly for adult content?
No, not at all.
Okay.
We don't even consider ourselves adult content.
Okay.
We're just not for YouTube.
Gotcha.
Because you're not going to see any. We don't show nudity. We don't show
well, I
nudity.
didn't mean adult like that. I just meant over PG-13.
It is.
Language
oddly
and
enough,
stuff like
oddly
that.
enough, we're probably the most adult content on there. But we're number 2. We're content creator on a Vibe right now. We're gunning for number 1 position, which we feel after this contract we should be able to get.
Wow.
But yeah, it's not all adult, but they just have a lot more lenient rules because they want to embrace. They're trying to become what YouTube was.
Okay.
Yeah, and embrace creation.
Yeah.
And for those of you who haven't seen his show, we're talking adult content. FML, these are short clips about things that happen in people's lives that they're like, and a lot of them have to do with getting in bed with somebody. Now, there's no nudity.
Right.
It's about relationships. It's about,
it's about embarrassing moments. It's about, humiliation. It's about, frustrations. It's about misery loves company,
So we're not talking adult, or we're not even talking nudity. We're talking about content that the target audience has had to have lived a little bit of life to laugh at it.
Precisely,
so,
exactly.
That has to keep you extremely busy.
It does.
Is it a full-time gig?
It is for me now.
Full-time gig.
Full-time gig.
So
for me now.
is your mind always going in circles? I mean, you get ideas probably popping in left and right.
Oh yeah, the whole while I was here just walking around, I've already got several episodes. Here. I can't visit a park and really enjoy its beauty without thinking this would be a cool shot. I could film here. I could film here.
Ooh, in the morning, this would look good.
That. Yeah, I can't exist without thinking of filming and stuff. And everything's an episode. I'll be just hanging out with friends or going out or whatnot, and I'll be like, "There's an FML. There's an FML." Just hearing people's stories. People submit stories to us too. We have a thing called FML DIY.
That was the Matt and Kate one.
It was one of them, yep. And it's do it yourself, where we will pick out an FML star and they'll say, write me an FML. And they will submit ideas, and then we pick out the top 3, and then the audience gets to vote on which one we produce.
Wow.
And that's been very good for us to help get the name out there for the channel and stuff. And sometimes people will, if they don't want to do the contest, they'll pay us to produce an episode. And those are called fan episodes. You'll see those on our channel as well.
How cool.
Yeah.
For someone who's been doing this for a decade, I mean, you are truly an early adopter of a medium that has grown to what it is today, and it's already morphed and changed 3 times. Mm-hmm. But it's, to be a full-time YouTuber, it's inspiring to us. Mm-hmm. Is just as a little morning show, and as I run record store out of this for my day job, but to be a full-time YouTuber is not an easy thing in today's age.
It's not easy at all, and it wasn't easy. You know, I've been doing it. I've been on YouTube since 2007, so
Wow.
that's when I started making films.
14 years.
Yeah, so it's been a long time, but it's very rewarding, and I finally was able to do it full time. So
YouTube Mania
took a
4.
while. Yes, YouTube Mania
So
4.
YouTube Mania 4.
Let's talk about it.
So you and I are selected to. Are we hosting? We MCing?
MCing, I think, is the official
MC
term.
is the official
Yeah,
title?
I think so.
So we're going to be the two guys with this table, and we're going to be like, holy cannoli. What is the it's a galactic belt.
Yeah,
That's going to be us?
I believe so. I think he's talked about having me in the ring as also introducing them as well.
Oh.
So I might be playing.
I'm good with that.
And I'm going to have some help. But I'm also going to be rigging it so we can film the whole thing.
I was going to say, you're doing all the production, all
Yeah.
the video production?
Yep.
How many cameras we talking?
3, possibly a 4th one. I want to get all the angles for a live event. There's no retakes on this one.
No.
You know,
This
like
is-
I'm gonna have to really bite my tongue to go, man, I want to get that again. Can we do it again? Perfect, do it again.
Take 4.
Because the audience, that's how I like to do things. I like to have that safety net. There's no safety net here, but
No.
I've emceed numerous times at District for their karaoke night.
Okay.
So I'm not really worried about being in front of people or whatever. I'm just a wing it kind of guy. So if you're going to be working off me, I might throw some weird stuff your way.
Let's do it.
Just bounce it off, man. Just go with it.
We wing this show every week,
Yeah.
Tuesday morning. So
It's
we
going to
get
be a
it.
blast. It's going to be so much fun. They handle all of the wrestling and stuff. I've told them I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
But I have a character on there. I kind of play a devious version of myself, where I'm in charge of Notebook Entertainment, and Notebook Entertainment is trying to take over the wrestling show by connecting with some of his wrestlers and turning them against them and stuff. So you might see a little bit of that character come out too.
Oh man, so we're gonna have to get characters in that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get ourselves some characters.
I'm telling you, you don't have to wrestle to be on his show. You can hang on his show and play a character, and it's so much fun. To be behind the be in front of the camera and let him direct me is really therapeutic somehow. Like, you know, it helps me understand what the actors go through. You know, so and it helps me ham it up, and it's fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Well, good. Wyatt from FML Notebook Movies.
Yes, Notebook Movies. Become our next subscriber, guys.
YouTube. And I can never remember the name of this new channel that I learned about 10 minutes ago.
A Vibe.
Vibe. A Vibe.
Avibe.com.
Avibe.com. And Patreon.
Yep.
AVYB.
We'll put it in the description.
Yep.
Everything is going to be down there. You can just go down and click it. It's
Yeah.
easier than remembering it, like me.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
I look forward to doing a bunch of fun stuff on the 12th. Be sure to tune in YouTube Mania for like and subscribe to all these guys. And we have 3 other channels on the show today. That is awesome. We will be giving away tickets locally.
I'm sure Nick will devise a way of how he wants to do this and put it on one of his other shows.
We'll do something. We'll figure out. We got another 2 weeks yet, so I'm not even sweating that yet. But thanks so much for coming on the show.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Anytime you guys want to come by, you guys are always welcome.
We'll be back.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun.
When you do something, you're always welcome to come on and do your whole own segment too.
Okay.
If you're getting on to having a big event, having a big release,
Awesome.
having a big whatever, always welcome to.
I can't wait for him to do an FML here in the store somewhere.
Oh, yeah, we will.
That will be fun.
We will. I
Yeah.
guarantee it. And the next time I come over, I'll bring my business partner, Chris. She can talk about her books. And we have a new horror show coming out. So
Ooh.
Also,
We'll
the
talk about that.
Dedersons, I know it was a big deal here locally. About 4 years ago, 5 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, about now. Yeah.
And so now they're gonna do sounds like another video. Another
Yeah,
horror.
we've got lots of stuff in the works. So FML's not going anywhere, but we have a lot of new shows coming out that we're
Cool.
producing as well. So
Fun.
You guys have like your own, like whole. I mean, a vibe can carry it, but
we
you
have
guys
our own
a lot of
empire.
shows.
Yeah,
You
we
have
have
your
our
own
own empire.
empire.
We have our own
Literally,
empire.
for doing it for 10 years and doing it full time, that's a lot of content. So
yes,
that's-
it. I thought I would work, be less exhausted doing this, but it's not.
No, I get it totally.
It's
It exhausts your mind, obviously,
Oh,
too,
yeah.
as we were just talking about. Every time you go somewhere, that mind is constantly going.
Oh, constantly,
Coming up
yeah.
with new ideas.
I can't turn it off, but I'm just thankful I have an outlet for it.
Good.
Yeah.
You know.
That's awesome.
Doing something fun.
Yep. Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much, Wyatt. Thanks for
Thank
coming on the
you.
show,
Nice
guys.
meeting you.
Yeah,
Thank
nice.
you.
Woo! Bye, guys.
So, yeah. I'm going to let these guys out, and then Annette can switch us over into what we're getting into with the...
We just
with
have a few minutes. Yeah, you need to talk about this.
Yeah, I'll let you get into the blues, and I'll let these
Oh, we're
guys
gonna wait
out.
that till that for the
Thanks
end.
for coming out, guys.
Okay, so here we are.
I'm gonna try
A little
to,
different platform today. I guess we're gonna get into
I'll call
what I kind of decided to do. I'm gonna talk about Howlin' Wolf. We had he had a collection. Well, it really wasn't a collection. It was like 4 blues albums come in last week, and one was Howlin' Blues. So I decided to pull out and do a little bit of research. So what we got in that started all of this. Hang on, let me grab my stuff here, guys, and put it behind my computer.
Whatever you think. And then if there's like a rehearsal day or whatever, I'll come.
So we ended up getting this in. It's a
We're gonna try to do that today.
Howlin' Wolf All Night Boogie.
We do have, so it might
It's
be the weekend before.
a Holland press, and I decided, okay, he ended up in Chicago Blues, so let's do a little bit of research here. So Howlin' Wolf was born, he was a Chicago blues singer, guitarist, harmonica player, originally from Mississippi, and he moved to Chicago in adulthood.
Sounds good, man.
And became successful, forming a professional rivalry with Muddy Waters. So a couple of the things that I came upon in my research I did through sunrecords.com is one of the spots. So he was born in June 10th, 1910 in White Station, Mississippi. How he obtained his name was his grandfather would tell Chester and his siblings stories about wolves in the area. So once something frightened Chester and he ran howling upstairs, which prompted his family to dub him Howlin' Wolf.
How old?
I don't know how old he was at that time. He was young. So then, it doesn't really say how old he was at. He ran away at 13.
Sounds like he was pretty young when
Yeah.
that story happened.
Yeah, it doesn't give an age, but he spent 2.5 years in the Army.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Spent most of his early life as a farmer
Farmer, then Army.
in Mississippi and Arkansas, and
Okay.
he learned guitar techniques and showmanship from Charlie Patton, which I know we've got a couple of Charlie Patton CDs over there somewhere, and the ins and outs of the harmonica from Sonny Boy Williamson. So a lot of good bluesy names here. What is the album over to your left, the far left one?
Looking at they're looking at these records over here. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. I wonder if they're talking about that one.
I can't pull it out right now, so.
I don't want to interrupt your blues
Right.
segment.
Oh, so I dropped it. Oh well.
Well, it's an AFI
Sorry,
record.
AFI. AFI? Okay, so Wolf spent most of his. Okay, so we talked about that as a farmer. And Ike Turner produced Howlin' Wolf's first records. Ike and Tina Turner?
Wow.
Yeah. Turner was an A&R man for RPM Records and served as Howlin' Wolf's piano player on some songs. Let's see. And then after that, after RPM, he ended up at Chess Records in Chicago.
Of course.
Yeah. So in 1952, he drove his own car to Chicago to join Chess Records.
Cadillac Records.
Chess Records.
Well, they always.
Are they?
No, that's never mind. That's okay. Ever see that movie, Cadillac Records?
Yeah, I did. It's a good movie. I haven't seen it for a bit though. I'll have to watch it again. So in Chicago is where one of the greatest love-hate relationships came about with Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters. A little competitive nature going on there.
Okay.
So
I didn't know
he
that.
contacted Muddy Waters once he got to Chicago to try to get in touch with him to get him some hookups and whatnot.
It's funny that the world that we're talking about is still so much like IDynvmite we had on.
Yeah, I'm
You
dropping
know,
stuff all
you
over
come
the
into a
place.
town and you find who's in charge or who's a name you know, and you hook up with them, and you get making music, and you get gigs, and you get into the social network.
Right.
It's so cool that hasn't died.
No, and just
That in our digital landscape and world that we live in, that still rings true. That's still how art and people and connections and things are made.
yeah,
It's just, I don't know.
one hand leads to another,
Yeah.
and then it just expands. And I mean, back then it was word of mouth.
Yeah.
Now we have the
Internet that helps.
The internet, the digital world or whatnot. He was functionally illiterate into his 40s.
Oh,
But, yeah.
Howlin' Wolf?
Mm-hmm. So he didn't know how to read music or anything. And then he got his GED and studied business and accounting.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Even back then, he paid his people a fair salary on time and withheld unemployment insurance and even Social Security.
He knew his stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go. He knew how not to go to jail.
He volunteered with the local fire department. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
I mean, he was a really all-around, really
Pretty solid dude.
Yeah. Even though he was suffering from kidney disease and had several heart attacks, he kept on recording and performing. The London Howling Wolf Sessions album, which was recorded at London Olympic Studios. No, we didn't. I don't think we do. I looked up. He was actually taking dialysis between studio takes there. And his final live performance was November of '75 at the Chicago Amphitheater, and he shared the bill with B.B. King, Albert King, O.V. Wright, Luther Ellison, and he even crawled across the stage during the song "Crawlin' King Snake."
Which is
And he would-
a
well, he
big,
would
which
have
is a big
65.
Black Keys song. But Black Keys just came out with that.
Oh,
it's
did
on
they?
their new latest record.
Oh.
Well, it's another covers
Right,
album.
exactly.
But Crawling King Snake is on there.
Mm-hmm. And then there were some different issues about the British bands, and there's supposedly a bunch of controversy that he didn't like the British bands emulating his music or whatnot. But supposedly he was happy with it, and I said it doesn't matter, no different who sang your song. They sang because of the way they feel. He had songs that qualified as hits on the Billboard National R&B charts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So, in 1962, album Howlin' Wolf, which I think I have here. I think this is it. I think this is the one they're talking about. Is this from 62? Yeah, this is from 62. So, it's a famous and influential blues album, often referred to as the Rocking Chair album because of its cover. This album contained Wang Dang Doodle, who Nugent do a cover of there. A couple people have done covers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You write a song called Wang Dang Doodle, everyone's going to want that.
Yeah, Little Red Rooster.
Let me see this thing. Let me pull this.
Yeah, pull that out.
There he is, $31, Chess Records. You know, we're really lucky that the tapes at Chess they're still around. You know, there's so many. I get questioned about the Universal Fire and tapes that have gone missing. You know what? All the Chess stuff is still intact, still around. All the master tapes.
Mm-hmm. If you want to learn any more, I didn't get to watch the whole thing. My husband actually found this morning on Tubi.
$31, by the way, for a brand new Howlin' Wolf. We don't ever get blues records in used. We are just in the wrong part of the country, I think.
Right.
We just do not get them in used.
So, if you want to any more about Howlin' Wolf, then let me give this out real quick, and we'll go to these.
Yeah.
It's called The Sidemen, Long Road to Glory. It's on Tube. It's what I was able to see this morning. It was like an hour and something long. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. It was really very interesting.
The Sidemen?
The Sidemen, which was Hubert Sumlin, Pinetop Perkins, Willie Big Eye Smith, and Sonny Boy Williamson, and Howlin' Wolf.
This is a group they had?
Yeah.
Huh. That's new to me. I never heard of it.
I haven't either.
I don't know anything about it.
It was pretty cool, though.
Yeah. It's like a super group, a blues super group.
Yeah. So, what we ended up getting in, of course, was...
So we did get some blues records in. So that's what
very
prompted the
few.
show. So, like I said, we never get used blues records in. Except for last week. We got a small... This is the handful we got.
4.
Yeah. So we're showing those off. Obviously, this one's new.
We have another Howlin' Wolf in stock, but I can't find it. And I can't remember which one it is. I'll have to look it up here. So this is one that one that came in, this Howlin' Wolf All Night Boogie. Great album. $20 for that one. Another one that came in, and I didn't do really any research because I didn't have the information at home with me. Magic Sam Live is a promo copy. It is
cool.
at the Ann Arbor Blues Festival 1969 and the Alex Club in Chicago from 63 to 64. Almost feels like a double. It is a double LP.
I've been to the Ann Arbor, not the Blues. I went to the Folk Fest.
It's a gatefold, and it's about $30 for this one. So that is Magic Sam.
It's got a terrible sleeve. Let's throw the sleeve.
Yeah, it does look pretty icky, doesn't it?
There you go. That looks
Probably
a little
take
bit
some
better.
glare off it too. I didn't think about that.
Double LP, $20.
Gatefold.
Yeah, gatefold.
Mhm.
Promo.
Yeah,
Promo
pretty
stamp.
cool. Clarence Gatemouth Brown, One More Mile. So this one came in. $10 on this one. Rounder Records. Recorded in 1982. And then we had this.
What I like about blues records is they're not very expensive. Used. They're almost never expensive. They're always like in the same, like this is a $10 blues record.
Right.
But they're really hard to find, so
They
I
are.
don't understand. Maybe it's just us. Maybe
Oh,
it's
it was
just
the
our story.
Sidemen that played with Howlin' Wolf and Muddy Waters. There we go. And then 55 on this one. This one came in as Robert Johnson, the complete recordings, a 3-record set.
That is so nice.
It is $55. There's a little quote on the back from Eric Clapton. I have never found anything more deeply soulful than Robert Johnson. So this one is $55.
It's because this package hasn't existed for a long time. You know, they sell Robert Johnson's records now in a single LP package. That's the current packaging for his recordings. I haven't seen this in a long time. This is from 1990, which is really late for vinyl.
Yeah.
So you can get this 3 LP package.
It looks like it has a little book in it, perhaps. Let's see what we've got in here real quick. We've got a nice little booklet here that has some storylines and pictures and information, and it looks like it perhaps has
They probably used
the
that
word-
booklet for the CDs
lyrics
too.
in it as well.
But they probably have a CD box that went along.
Okay.
That's why that's why that booklet's in that shape.
Yeah, and it's a perfect shape for like an LP or a CD set.
So yeah, 3 LP set. 1990. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of vinyl being produced in 1990.
No.
Guys.
And then, as always, we just wanted to pop up a couple CDs as well. We had a contemporary blues interpret by Eric Clapton. It's featuring Guitar Player Magazine, Best Blues Guitarist Joe Bonamassa. It's called Blues on the Rock. We've got Pine Top Perkins on here, Honey Boy Edwards, Joe Bonamassa, Bo Diddley, Otis Rush. $3, brand new CD, $3. We've got Rockin' Blues for $5. It's got Lightning Slim, Big Joe Turner, Muddy Waters, Ray Charles, Pine Top Perkins, so $5 for that one. And then I've got 3 volumes of the blues, which is $12. These are not online. These are actually from I guess the Chest Vault as well. So there's all kinds of cool stuff on this 3-volume set here for $12.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I want to do a whole show on Robert Johnson. We should do one. I think it's you know, there's the whole deal with the devil and the crossroads, and pretty much every one of his songs has been covered by somebody or reimagined
Right.
by
That'd
somebody.
be almost a whole show by itself.
You could easily do one on, and then his death and the whole controversy there. Just an amazing story. Died at 27, like all the greats do.
Right.
But really cool. We never get that in. It's really cool to have that in. So. All right, we're nearing the end, but I want to remind you guys that we are having I said last week we weren't doing any giveaways because I knew we had this big show coming up with all guests. But we are giving away concert tickets to George Thorogood. I started this contest last Wednesday. It ends this Thursday. So you have today, tomorrow, basically to get in on this contest. We're giving away 2 pairs of tickets. 1 pair to see George Thorogood in Summerfest. 1 pair to see a nearly sold out show to see him out in Iowa. Tickets are going pretty quick. My parents just picked up tickets for Iowa and they were almost gone.
Wow.
So if you do want to see George, or if you know someone who sees George, you're trying to win a pair, I get that. If you want to go, you better buy them quick because shows are selling out fast.
Have there been any cancellations that you know
Not
of
since
so far?
our cancellation show. I think it's become mandatory to show Vax cards.
Okay.
That's become kind of the get around. So, which is fine. I'm vaccinated, and everybody I know is vaccinated. So, we'll bring our cards, we'll get in, and we'll see a show like we always do.
Okay.
That's kind of been better than canceling shows. So,
Yeah.
I'd rather see that. But, yeah. So, yeah, George Thorogood coming around locally really quick here in the next couple weeks. Jump on our Facebook, jump on our Instagram. You can find the post. I have it pinned to the top. Just comment. It's another comment kind of deal. Tell us, tag who you're going to bring. And we're giving away 2 pairs of tickets on Thursday.
So it's on every platform?
Yeah, we'll do it here too. Actually, you could just put, just comment, just do a hashtag George Thorogood. And I was doing favorite song and who you'd bring.
Okay.
So just hashtag them and put, your favorite song and who you'd bring. You can put it in the comments on the live chat or the after live chat. I'll catch it either way. And I'll throw you in the bin with everybody else. And I get that if you're watching this in Atlanta or the West Coast or the East Coast, you're not going to be able to go to the show. I understand that.
Right.
But I want to open it up to anybody who might be in Wisconsin or in Chicago or in Iowa or
Indiana.
Indiana, any of the greater area that wants, hey, for free tickets, I would go see them.
Yeah.
That show. Feel free to jump in the comments. Try to win some free tickets to go see George Thorogood. He's doing a phenomenal job. He's selling out shows. The management team said it's going really well. So
Good.
we're really happy to hear that and see that live music is still alive and well, and the artists that make it are still kicking butt.
Yes, they are.
That was a hell of a show.
Yes, it was.
It was a hell of a show. Thanks so much for watching. We had a ton of guests. Be sure in the comments, all the stuff's in the description with all the links and all that goodie. Go check out their stuff. These guys work hard. They're full-timers doing this. That's not an easy gig. We should talk a little bit about the blind record buy we unleashed this weekend.
But it's all sold out, right?
It's sold out, but we can talk about it because we're going to be doing another one.
Okay.
So next week on the show, we're doing it live here on the show. We did what's called a blind record buy. So we got some limited edition DG's records from the Foo Fighters from Record Store Day. We got a late shipment of those. I was trying to figure out a way to spread the love because I have like 200 people that want that record. I got 4 of them. So I did, 15 spots. I sold 15 spots. I'm giving away 15 records. Essentially, you're buying a record blind. You don't know which one of the 15 records you're getting. If you go over the channel, I did a whole video explaining the whole process. We will be giving the first batch away. It is sold out. We will be
and how much
determining.
were each spot?
It was $30.
$30 a
but
spot.
you're guaranteed a record.
Right.
You don't know what you're going to get, but you're going to get one of the, and we list all the records that you're getting. $30. They all sold out really fast. Next Tuesday, we are going to determine who's getting what. And then we're going to ship them all. Tuesday, they'll all get shipped out.
Okay.
So, at that point, I may announce another blind record thing. I don't know yet. That's still a week away.
Right.
But just so you know, next week on the show, we're going to be determining all that so that I know what we're talking about because it's going to be another week away. Mm-hmm. We're doing this blind record buy. This is how it works. We'll go over that all next week. I got wrestling show tickets to give away. We got a lot of giveaway. We got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
This morning show has turned into something pretty big. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I know you're all the way from New York. I know Elliot said hi from New York. He watches all the time. We
Yeah.
got watchers out west. So, anything I missed, Annette?
No.
So yeah, check out the blind record by. I don't know if we're gonna be doing a MoFi minute. We'll be doing new vinyl, I'm sure, this week. I have more Butcher albums coming.
Okay.
The Beatles Butcher cover albums I showed. I have another. I think I got 9 more coming.
Okay.
So fingers
Yeah.
crossed those show up. Maybe by the end of the week, maybe early next week. Watch for that. Yeah, lots of stuff happening, especially with Summerfest coming up. Summerfest schedule is all up on their website. George Thorogood's touring, coming through our area, coming through your area. Check out his site. Subscribe to everybody on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's what allows us to keep all the fun going, guys. So thanks so much to all of our guests.
Phone number.
And if you saw some blues records that you wanted to buy or some blues CDs that you want to check out, our phone number is 815-226-1259. You can call and pick up something that. There's newer stuff. It's over on our website. Website is toadhallonline.com. Go over there and shop. We have a $7 flat rate shipping. Means you buy 1 record or 5 records, it's still $7.
U.S.
U.S. only.
Yeah.
You know,
Didn't
we do
you-
ship internationally, but you got to pay extra.
There was something that you wanted to talk about U.S. shipping only, but
We'll cover that next week.
okay. Okay.
So, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, like, share. We'll see you guys next week. It'll be a little bit